Academy Award-winning actor and director Clint Eastwood visited Washington for the opening of the National Law Enforcement Museum. Eastwood is the Honorary Chairman of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. I caught up with Eastwood after the ceremony.
I wanted to ask you about the president. Do you support the job he's doing in office right now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to talk about politics right now. I'm interested right now in the museum, the law enforcement museum, and we've been waiting for 7 years to see that coming out.
Yeah, what would you like to see from the government in terms of law enforcement, supporting law enforcement officers, and are you happy with what the president's doing in terms of law enforcement?
Well, so far, as much as I know, I think it's a tough time for law enforcement now because a lot of people have been very critical of it, and unjustifiably so, because it's a tough job.
Yeah, there's a lot happening in the country with race relations and how it affects law enforcement.
Well, I hope it doesn't affect law enforcement, but law enforcement is there to...
Come into the museum and you'll see some great examples of law enforcement working with their community to make it better.
Yeah, there's a good side to it all, too.
Absolutely.
What do you hope the public takes away from this museum? What's the message
Well, I hope they have a better understanding of what it takes to be a law enforcement officer and how important they are to American society. That they do things that nobody else is willing to do or wants to do, and they do it on the behalf of all the people. I mean, it's such an important organization, all of the law enforcement, whether you're state, city, local, county, doesn't matter. You have a really important job, and this will give people a chance to see what it takes to be a law enforcement officer.
And since we're here in Washington, I wanted to see what issue in terms of law enforcement you hope the federal government does more on and acts on at this time.
Well, I hope they fund the various law enforcement agencies the way they should be funded. In the past, it's been really tough to get increased funding because I went through a period of time in the 50s, 60s, and 70s where we just didn't get any money. And we had to beg, borrow, and steal, whether it was in the military or someplace else. Luckily, we had some partners like Motorola, as a private business, really helped providing up-to-date equipment that we couldn't afford, really, but they made it possible for us to have. And that's what we needed, and I'm hoping that Congress will see fit to fund everybody properly.
You satisfied with what you've seen from President Trump in terms of law enforcement?
I think he's very pro-law enforcement. I think that most law enforcement will attest to that. They're very pleased with the way he's treating them and things he's doing for them.
In Washington, I'm Nicholas Ballasy.